Chris, the global big picture is the following. Long live dollar. America will be the dominant market to reckon with. We've seen of late massive outperformance in American stocks, good comeback in the American dollar, and flows are migrating back into emerging markets. How long do you think this trend will stay, and how long do you think it will continue?
A very good question, Nikunj. So my view is that the US, my view until proven wrong, is that the US stock market reached an all-time peak of share of world stock market capitalization at the end of last year. To be precise, on December the 24th, I think the US reached about 68% of the world MSCI all-country index. In my view, that is an extreme overvaluation and probably represents a massive peak. And my view going forward is that US equities underperform. This almighty peak in the US equity market, both from a relative and absolute return performance, also went hand in hand with growing commentary around US exceptionalism as applied to the stock market. Personally, I do not believe in US exceptionalism as applied to the stock market. I think there's one area where the US has long been truly exceptional in economic and financial matters, and that is that the US prints the reserve currency of the world. On the US dollar, I was not surprised to see the US dollar rally on Donald Trump's election victory. The same thing happened in 2016. The reason for the dollar rally is that cyclical optimism on the US improved. That was best reflected in a vertical spike in the small companies confidence index, reflecting the fact that probably 99% of owners of small businesses in America are Donald Trump supporters. But my base case for now is that the same thing will happen as happened in 2016. That is that the dollar peaked when Donald Trump entered the White House. That's what happened in the first Trump administration. That's my base case today. It's also a reality that Donald Trump doesn't want a strong dollar. So in my view, the dollar's in a peaking out process here, and the US stock market is peaking out as a percentage of world market cap.
So Chris, how long do you think this overhang will continue? Because a big reset button has been pressed. From globalization, we are moving to deglobalization, and it is generally believed that anything which is good for America is bad for emerging markets.
The tariff thing is a different issue. So Donald Trump's agenda as regards economic policy is, I have to admit, fundamentally contradictory. There's two aspects of Donald Trump's agenda which should be very positive for the US stock market, US economy. That is tax cuts and deregulation. But there's two other aspects of the agenda, namely, which should be bearish for growth. They are tariffs and, cutting back on immigration. So the question is, which of these two forces will prevail? My base case is that the tax cuts and the deregulation will end up prevailing over the tariffs and the control of imports. But clearly, right now, there's a lot of noise, and right now, that noise creates uncertainty. And right now, I maintain my base case that the tariffs won't be as bad as feared. Clearly, that threat is still out there.